So we're just heading into yet another small town as we're making our way through France and just killing time before our ferry, where we will cross back to Dover. So we've just stopped off tonight in this beautiful little town. So cheap per night. It is very hard to get a spot, we must admit. But we got a spot.
We evicted them.
No. We turned up the music, blared some heavy metal music. No, just kidding. We got a spot and we're powered, which is very cool. And we have great internet, which is even more wonderful because I could ring my daughter and family and let them know where we are.
11 euros.
All for 11 euros. Pretty awesome. So this is a little town. This is like 500 meters if you're lucky. Awesome stuff. So this magical little town of goodness is called Honfleur. And we are very thankful that we stumbled across this as a place to spend a couple of days. Not just due to the price, but after a quick stroll into town, this town has a lot more to it. Absolutely beautiful. Good morning, everyone. Morning. We are in Honfleur in France. Still just biding our time, waiting for the ferry. We really wanted this last week to be in France, mainly because we love it so much.
And I'm having my birthday in France, just to let you know, and it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. This is the last day. We'll have a Miss 10. Tomorrow she'll turn legs 11, and she's got 2 long, lovely legs to celebrate legs 11. So we are having a porridge this morning. We've had our first wet day in, I don't know, how long, Dad?
Long time.
Yeah, long time. So
It's a full day too.
yeah, it looks like it's set in, and so we're just chilling out a bit, having some porridge, and it's so beautiful, isn't it? Yep, rain on the roof, and you don't have to get up. So I'm going to get a lot of work done today. Hopefully get the last week's wrap up and school done, and just a nice clean up day. We're starting to wind down our food a bit because we've only got 4 weeks left of the road trip, and we have 2 weeks back with my bestie. So we'll start winding down all the stuff that we don't think would make it till next year, or you know, the perishable stuff, that sort of thing. Get everything cleaned up and ready to put Betsy back in storage for a year.
Well, I'm building up the stocks of alcohol for leaving France. We've got good red wine, and we're going to get some sausage, some pâté, soup de poisson.
Oh, and citron tart equals lemon tart.
She loves her lemon tart. So that's what we've got on our schedule for this rainy day. And happy travels, everyone.
Bye.
So one of those lovely moments. We're in France at the moment, and there was a deviation of the road, and they forced us up over a péage bridge. So €3.20. We thought we better get something for it, so we thought we'd show you the view. So everyone, as sad as it is, we're about to leave France. I know, can you believe it? We love France.
Amazing food.
The upside is we're going back to England and we're catching up with lots of our friends. So, yay, my bestie. And we have so loved the time that we've spent on the mainland, or on, you know, in Europe that we can't wait to come back next year. So there's plans afoot already. It's longer next year, can you believe it? Yes, we're incredibly grateful for that opportunity. Has not come without hard work, let me assure you, but we're really looking forward to that, and we'll share the planning on that and where we intend to go as we map out that journey. But Miss B turned legs 11 today.
2 legs.
Yes, she does have 2 legs. Did you have a nice day, darling?
Amazing.
It was so lovely. All our relatives rang from Australia.
Family.
Yeah, it was so nice. And you know, I'm actually very fortunate when we get back to Australia to be heading back to the other side of Australia to see everybody, to see all our family. So, you know, but when you talk to them by FaceTime and WhatsApp and whatever else, you realise how much you miss seeing everyone. So it was lovely to speak to them. And what did you get for your birthday, Boo?
I got a ×8 Snickers, which is in the fridge.
This just means 8 Snickers pack. Yeah.
And I've been wanting this for pretty much all my
Okay.
11 years of
Less
life.
dramatics. Come on.
A pocket knife. I love them.
A Swiss Army pocket knife. So
And the knife is very good. I started carving out there,
yes.
and it's very good.
So that will be ready for
Started on the car.
that. No cars or trees were harmed in the making of this video or earlier. So yes, we're going to really miss France in particular, but you know, all the people we've met we've really loved, and that's the beauty of road trips when you know there's another one around the corner. You know, life is what we make it, and we've really enjoyed our time here, and we did have a lemon tart for Miss B's birthday. That was at E. Leclerc.
Oh, Mum.
So yummy. But we'll be saving the birthday cake for when we're with Jodie.
I
So-
got a birthday cake on Saturday.
Oh, I know.
A bonus.
So, big day. Probably a little bit too much sugar. You think? But that's what birthdays are all about. So, yay!
Can I
Birthday
just
girl.
tell you one
11!
thing that my pocket knife can do?
What?
It has a toothpick, and so cute, mini sweets. So cute.
Just coming in to the UK and the White Cliffs of Dover. Very nice. Welcome back. So we took the ferry both over and back this year, and it's a more affordable option. We did the Channel last year, which is just more expensive, but it gets you there a lot quicker. Hour and a half you'll make it through, make it on the ferry, and yeah, just coming into the White Cliffs of Dover. Hi guys. And there she is. Nice, there's lots of seating. You know, we're mid-Friday, so, you know, not being the weekend, it might be a little bit quieter, but pretty simple stuff. Okay, we're off the ferry. We're going along the White Cliffs of Dover, and we've got to remember we're on the other side of the road. Brett did amazing in Europe. I mean, we should be getting pretty good at it by now, but he's always been good at chopping and changing to suit the countries we go to. And now we've got to think left-hand side, left-hand side.
Keep right.
Beautiful day. England has welcomed us back with the most stunning weather. We've dropped in and had showers at a special truck stop thing that offers that facility, which we found online. And now we're hunting for an English pub. Partly kidding. But yes, look at that beautiful weather we got given. Although they're absolutely beautiful these English roads or these lanes are so tight in some places. You have to breathe in as they go past. So it's a long way down. Beautiful clear water. Gorgeous. So I know it's a bit glary, but we're down at the start of the Seven Sisters. So we are down at Beachy Head.
Hello.
We're down at Beachy Head, aren't we, Dale?
Yeah.
So absolutely gorgeous. Yep, start of the Seven Sisters Cliffs, and absolutely stunning. I showed you some of the drive in here and it was just magic. So lovely, stop for a bit. So while visiting Stonehenge, they actually had a weekend, a big feast weekend on this weekend. So we've been able to see how they used to cook in the Neolithic period. Hello. And the types of foods that they would have eaten. So that's pretty cool. So we're just going to go and check out Stonehenge, and then we'll be able to come back and hopefully enjoy some food. So we've arrived up at Stonehenge. There is a bus that actually takes you up. You're sharing it with a lot of sheepies. And the good thing that I wanted to remember to tell you is that as a membership holder of the English Heritage Pass, you get free audio guide tours, free audio guides with it, which I think is pretty cool. So, you know, this membership that we bought, admittedly we did a lot of England this trip, but has paid for itself time and time again. So once you've worked out where you want to go, it's probably a good idea to just get on their websites, make sure that you're well and truly going to be saving money as a result of having it, and grab the one that suits you, because of course there's the National Trust and all the ones that we've mentioned previously, but which eventually I'll get up on the blog. But yeah, there she is, Stonehenge.
You're about to explore the world-famous Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a unique prehistoric temple aligned with the movements of the sun. Built in stages between 3000 and 2200 BC, it's the only stone circle in the world to have lintels, the horizontal stones sitting on top of the uprights. Its architecture reveals the sophisticated minds and engineering ability of those who built it, the late Neolithic people of Britain. On this tour, we'll not only find out about Stonehenge, but also the history of the landscape around it. Stonehenge was the centre of a ritual landscape that included prehistoric monuments and burial mounds dating from before, during and after Stonehenge was built. While our visit will take you close to the stones, we won't be entering the circle itself. That's because the archaeology below the grass is very fragile. Too much foot traffic causes erosion and damage. The information you'll hear today is based upon years of scientific research. Yet some mysteries about Stonehenge remain. We still don't know why it was built, or exactly how it was used. But we'll hear some different theories, so you can decide for yourself. What makes Stonehenge unique is the arrangement of its stones, and the fact that they were brought from long distances. There are two kinds of stones. The larger ones are sarsens, a type of hard sandstone, probably brought from the Marlborough Downs, 30 kilometres or 19 miles away. Sarsens can weigh over 30 tons. The tallest one here stands over 7 metres high, with another 2.5 metres below ground. The smaller stones inside the circle, still weighing up to 3 tons, are called bluestones. They're actually a variety of volcanic rock, all with a blue-grey colour. They were brought from the Preseli Hills in southwest Wales, over 240 kilometres, or 156 miles away. How were these heavy stones brought here? Susan Greeny, English heritage archaeologist, explains.
They were bought by a system of using probably rollers and wooden sledges to drag the stones over land, and also probably along rivers and over the sea by use of simple boats and rafts. The ones from the Marlborough Downs were bought entirely over land, so that would have entailed huge amounts of timber, large amounts of ropes and huge amounts of people to drag the stones over the countryside to Stonehenge.
And about 50 metres, or about 150 feet away, you'll see a large grass-covered mound. This is a round barrow. Look out from Stonehenge in almost any direction and you'll spot more of them. There are some on a ridge, called King Barrow Ridge, beyond this nearby barrow. And there are more on the other side of the busy main road, in an area called Normanton Down. Round barrows were built after construction activities at Stonehenge had finished, from about 2300 BC until about 1600 BC. Many of these mounds were placed along the ridges overlooking Stonehenge, indicating that the monument remained an important site long after building work was complete. There are more than 300 mounds within a 3-kilometre or 2-mile radius of Stonehenge, one of the highest concentrations in Britain.
Types of wheat at the time of Stonehenge, emmer and einkorn. We don't know what they were making out of them, but probably flatbreads and using it to thicken stews and things like that. We don't have any ovens per se, but you can bake on flat rock and in ceramic pots, which is what we're doing up there. So we've turned a pot into an oven and we're doing flatbreads inside it because you get the heat radiating down from above as well as coming up from below. So I think.
So are we going to eat tonight, darling?
I don't know, that's really fine. She's got the knack, but I think she's going to have to do a lot more work before we get any flour. Right, let's scoot that back.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, how cute is this? This has come all the way from Germany and we are in England. How gorgeous. It doesn't matter what car you've got, apparently. That is a little smart car towing a little caravan and I love it. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. So, in Australia, it is Father's Day today. So I coerced the Scroogey, Mr. Heggie, to come to an English pub for lunch. So, we have come to the King's Arms. And doesn't it look beautiful? There's Betsy in the background. Love it, love it. The sun has decided to stay out for us. We're definitely in and around that area. Brett is trying an Underdog beer from the St. Austell Brewery. And Mama Bear is trying an Orchard Pig cider. And Miss B is having an orange juice. Very good. And a blackcurrant squash.
And to our lovely new friends who know who you are and her son, we did find a solution to our problem this morning in the van. Daddy did it.
This beautiful town. It's got everything going for it. Buildings and the beautiful flowers and oh my goodness. Into a boring street. Thanks, Dad. This is a really well-preserved guard rope, which another word for that is latrine, which is very cool. This is in one of the lodgings off the side of the castle.
So we're in Dartmoor National Park and it's a scenic route, very well known. Lots of little stop-offs along the way. Where you can actually have multiple educational visits with Bronze Age and stone circles, and that it's a great lead on from Stonehenge, but it is very scenic, so just wanted to catch a little bit here and there to show you. Absolutely gorgeous little towns. Now make no mistake, the roads in places are one lane, and you gotta breathe in every now and then. Bring in the sides, but it is beautiful. And the road just got smaller. Some of the speed in which these guys have been travelling, we are very, very crossing our fingers that we don't meet anyone coming the other way. Yes, this is a little bit of a surprise. So, we just had to wait for a car to move out of the way, and now we've got a smaller, oh my god, it's smaller, Dad. We're getting smaller and smaller. Oh, beautiful horsey. So we often joke about the adventures our Tom takes us on, and this is probably its way of saving us like 1k or 2k. Or 5 minutes in time.
To the end of the road, turn left,
yeah.
3212, then turn right.
Beautiful clear window, thank you to the rain fairies. Some sheep off to the right, and you do have to be very careful when doing the Dartmoor that you will pass lots of unfenced in horses. Hello girls and boys. Gorgeous. So be careful.
Look at this stunning landscape. Absolutely beautiful. So there isn't many places to stop while you're actually driving the route, but this is actually a really nice large laid out area which gives you a bit of a 360 of the area. So absolutely stunning. I mean, it's no secret that the English farms are just so picturesque and so beautiful. So this is, you know, more evidence of that. Hey Dad, how are you enjoying your beer I bought you?
Thank you, honey. I appreciate you buying.
What is it?
Brewery.
Dartmoor Brewery.
Ale. Quite good. 4.8%.
Oh,
It's flattest blended beer. It's good aroma.
good aromas.
Did I mention it was flat?
Yeah.
As we continue our way through the Dartmoor, look at that view.
Quarry up there in the corner.
Absolutely beautiful. And we actually haven't passed too much traffic. We've got some low-lying cloud, as you can see. Lots of wild animals just roaming. So you definitely do have to just look out for them. They're pretty good. They're not like, you know, darting all over the place or anything, but you just gotta watch them. Beautiful little stone walls everywhere. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice drive. What a beautiful, beautiful town.